What's up, everybody? Yesterday we got Season 19 of Apex Legends Ignite, and with that, as usual, we got a brand new legend. The new legend, if you don't know, is Conduit. Her three abilities are her passive. When you're out of range of your tactical, you get essentially double time until you get within range. The range of the tactical is 50 meters about, so if you're outside of about 50 meters, if you're running in the direction of your other teammates, you get double time speed essentially to get you to them closer. Her tactical is a temporary shield / shield regen, where it gives up to 75 shields, or the equivalent of blue, that fills up the empty space between how much shield health your teammates have and whatever the equivalent of that 75 is, whether that's their full blue or just up to their white or part of their purple, whatever. And then as they heal, it doesn't just eliminate that temporary shield, it heals through the shield that you provide with your tactical. And when it drains, it doesn't just disappear, it like actually drains down. And then her ultimate puts out 7 pylons that create a fence that essentially acts kind of like a mix of a Watson fence and EMP crypto that does damage and stuns as well. Overall, I think she's a very good legend. I think she's more meta on the team side. I don't think she's a very good solo queue legend. With the team side, she's good for locking down an area you can use her ult for, as well as kind of giving you a safe area to perform reses or whatever, because you can launch her ultimate around between 60 and 70 meters. When I tested in the firing range, it was about 65, but you don't just have a flat open space, so it's hard to really tell there. And then it spreads out about 50 meters. So if you had, a wall behind you or some buildings behind you, people couldn't really push behind you, you could put that out and you could give yourself like an arc that protects you from being pushed. So as long as you have cover from all the lines of sight possible, you can get safe reses off pretty easy. And then on top of the amount that it spreads out, I mean, it covers, like I said, about 50 meters. When it gets its full spread, it's somewhere around there between 50 and 60 or 45 and 55 meters, somewhere around there. I got about 50 when I tested it a few times. Each pylon takes a lot of damage to destroy. They're pretty strong, and when they're strung together, if you shoot out one in the middle, it doesn't just disable it, but now you'll have 2 strings with a small gap in the middle. But not only do they spread out far, they have these orbs of the energy or the electricity or whatever you want to call it around them. And they also have like a main, I'll call it like a belt line between them. So it really takes up a lot of area. It's not just blocking off like you had a 50-meter long set of Watson fences. It has verticality to it. It's got like this ore around it, so when you get too near it as well, it's not just a straight line. It's a really strong ultimate. So I think that really plays well for when you're playing as a team, especially like locking down a building at the end. She kind of has a mixture of support and control with her ultimate. And then the shield heals are really useful. Like I said, it's within 50 meters, and what's nice is you actually have an indicator on each one of your teammates where it has yellow, orange, or red, kind of depicting on how much their shields are damaged. And so, you might not want to use it when it's on yellow, but hey, when they hit that orange or the red, you might want to hit it. And then you can also throw that onto yourself. I have a habit, and you'll see it in the background here, of me looking down at my feet when I want to throw it on myself. I don't know if you have to do that. I probably should figure that out before the video, but I know I throw it down on my feet, but you can use it on yourself as well. Now, when you talk solo queue versus team play, whether that's duos or trios, whatever, solo queue, I feel like she's kind of like Ballistic in a way that Ballistic's ultimate really only works well if you keep the team close together, you coordinate using his ultimate, and I kind of feel the same way about her passive, her tactical. Whereas, like, as long as you're staying with your teammates, you don't need to calm to be tactical. But if you kind of play spread out, which I do, especially if I'm jumping in the pub, it's like, hey, come here so I can use my tactical. Hey, I'm on the way to hit you with my tactical. Like, get cover, don't overextend, whatever. So I think although I'm doing a similar comparison to Ballistic, I think she's a slightly better solo queue legend than Ballistic. I think she's much better, like all legends, like the game as a whole, if you have teammates, at least one teammate, whether you're duo queuing into trios, ranked pubs with either, or whether you're playing duos, or you're playing as a full 3-stack. Obviously, everything goes better with your comp, but when you have her ability of the double time, you can say, hey, I'm out of range, but I'm moving towards you, I have my double time. Or, hey, let me hit you with my tactical. Or, hey, I'm on the way, I'll be there as soon as possible, stay in cover so I can hit you with my tactical. That's all stuff that you need comms for, obviously. But I think she's a decent solo queue legend. I think you can use your solo queue, especially because you can take care of yourself with hitting yourself with your Q, and that helps you with the shields. So it does give you an ability to help yourself, although, like I said, most teammates play, or most legends play better when you have teammates that you squatted up with. So I think she works in solo queue. I think there is better solo queue legends. I still think Nerf Bangalore is better in solo queue. I think Loba's arguably better in solo queue if you support. Even Nerfed Rev, I think, is arguably better than solo queue. I think Vantage is slept on solo queue. I think there's better options for solo queue. But I think she's a strong option whether you're solo queuing, queuing duos or trios, or you're a full squad. Overall, I think she's a really good legend. I don't know if she's in the meta. She is a support legend because she can add those shields. But I think there's better support legend. I think Newcastle, you can learn him's a better support legend. I think Loba's a better support legend because neither of them necessarily give you better reses or heals like a Gibby or like a Lifeline. But Loba can grab shields for you. Loba's got movement, so if you're playing solo queue, you can throw her bracelet and all that. Overall, I think Conduit should have a good pick rate. I think she'll be enjoyable. I think she's useful for the squad. I'm not necessarily a support player myself, so take some of what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I think she's a really good addition to the legend pool. I think she fits somewhere not top tier meta, not useless, somewhere in the higher, like next tier below absolute meta is where I think she fits. And I think that goes for solo queue as well as squads. Her kit's fairly unique. Like I said, there's things that you can compare at least her ult to. But overall, I think she's a fun legend. I think she's a good legend. But I definitely think she's going to be around a lot. I think you're going to see in a lot of matches. That's kind of a lot of circle talk, but it is what it is. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. And also, while you're scrolling down the page, my Twitch is linked down below. So if you want to see me use her, talk about her more on stream, hit that follow, that notification bell on Twitch so you know when I'm live and you can come talk to me. I'm playing Apex about 3 to 4 days a week. The other days are Warzone or something else. And while you're down there, I also have all my social medias linked down below if you want to check those out for yourself. I do appreciate any follows, comments, whatever. But I will see you on New Storm Point, Broken Moon, and Olympus. Get frying. Have a good day.
Recharging my shield. 1 sec.
Ooh, sick death, dude. Faster, faster, faster! One more.
Jammer's launching.
Hostile right here.
Is approaching. Amped up, ramped up. Recharging my shield. 1 sec.
One more.
Got you amped up.